Hello from my parents' basement. I am in San Francisco. It has been a minute since we've talked, hung out, caught up, so this is gonna be a long video. I hope you're ready. I'm gonna do my hair and my makeup because it's been months since I've actually really done it. So I'm gonna wave my hair. So I'm just using my Dyson Corral here. So back in July, Dan and I decided that we wanted to buy our first home. And it is very expensive to buy anything in Vancouver, but I think I just kind of realized that if I don't own something, then I'm gonna have that feeling of always wanting to find my home until I essentially do, because with renting, I've moved so much and I'm very easy to just be like, we can just pack up and leave and like go to another place that feels more homey. And I've done that so many times that I was like, I think that we really need to actually start building a home, especially with Blue. We got a real estate agent like through our friends. We asked for the recommendation and we found a really great one. And we kind of just were like looking to look, and then we really narrowed down like what we liked, what neighborhood we wanted to be in. And I think the more that we kind of went through the process of just looking, the more we realized like we really want to do this. And I did think about like being in other places. I want to buy in San Francisco, but San Francisco, like Vancouver, is very expensive, and it's also USD, and I'm not making USD, I'm making CAD, and the CAD is not too strong right now. So that's kind of like a goal for like 5 to 10 years. But Vancouver just makes sense, I think, because that's currently where we have our roots. That's where Dayan's family is, and we've kind of realized that it is important to be close to your family. I think if you'd asked me 2 years ago where I would want to live, it would probably be like New York or LA, but we don't have any support there. And even in Vancouver, it still is really hard. Like, we just have Dan's parents and his brother and his wife, but even then, like, it isn't as much help as I think we need. And so it's really hard, and I think like I get why people grow up and move closer to their parents, because it's not something I ever thought that I would do. But once you have a child, like, the more help you can get, the better. Like, raising a child is a full-time job. So all we could afford in Vancouver is like an apartment, but we knew we wanted a 2-bedroom. So we found the perfect one. This is the third place we looked at. Like, we only visited 3 properties, but even looking online, like, you get a really good sense of like what the market is and like how sad how sad it is. Also, another thing is that interest rates are super low right now, which was like a really big plus for us wanting to look into buying a place. We put in an offer, and there's only one other person that put in an offer, but they accepted ours, and it all moved really quickly. Like, we found the spot, and then within, yeah, like a week, everything just started moving, like once we put in our offer. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little plug. This is the Dyson Supersonic, and this is their brand new flyaway attachment. I am so excited to show you guys. I've tried this once before on my hair just to see what it would be like, but essentially it's supposed to help like flatten your flyaways, and it works kind of similar to their air wrap. So it used the Quando effect, and essentially it like pushes your flyaways down and like kind of lifts like your heavier, like thicker hair, and so then that way it gives you a really smooth finish on top. But when you order the Dyson Supersonic, you get this attachment, you get this one, this one, this one, and also this guy. So it comes with the 5 attachments. And yeah, okay, just look at how many flyaways there are, and then also like notice like how like high my hair is sitting. My hair does this a lot. I feel like it does it more in San Francisco. I think the water is different here, so it's like very voluminous. It doesn't sit super flat against my head. So take this in as the before, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like after. Another thing is that I'm just using it on medium heat and then low fan power. Okay, I just did one side, but look at how much smoother and flatter this side is than this side. So cool. Okay, so this is my hair immediately after, and I don't have any product in my hair except for like leave-in conditioner that I put in like after I wash my hair, but there's still a couple little baby hairs because those ones are really short, but it's just so much flatter and it looks so much smoother, which I love. And I've actually also used it like if my hair is super straight, then I've used it like down my hair and it smooths it out so well. And I know that I am a Dyson ambassador, but after using their products for the last year, it has made a huge difference on my hair. I try not to heat treat my hair as much as possible, but when I do using their products, because it doesn't use extreme heat and it's very temperature controlled, works so well for my hair. Like my hair hasn't been crunchy in such a long time, which for previously color treated hair is definitely an issue. So I'm just going to use the Way texturizing hairspray. I'm just going to spray some of this. Whenever I do like curls or waves, I like using texturizing spray just because I feel like it gives more body. Like already you see more body, so it looks like my hair is fuller. Okay, so to start my face, I'm just going to use my moisturizer. Make sure that I'm nice and moisturized. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah, buying our first place. So getting a mortgage was definitely very rough. If you are self-employed or you own your own business, it is a journey, like let me tell you. We thought that we would get pre-approved for way more because I thought that they would take my business into account and they did not. Some people were telling me they would, some people were telling me they weren't, and in my case they didn't. So they really just looked at my salary. Yeah, on paper I don't make very much money at all, so it was really hard to get pre-approved, especially because it was just my salary and not Dayan's, because Dayan hasn't been working for the last year because he's a stay-at-home dad. We love that for him. So essentially it was really hard. And in the end, like, we had a really great mortgage broker who was able to help us. And it actually was like kind of a blessing because we wanted to get pre-approved for something much higher. And we could have made it work, but it definitely was like stretching our budget. But then when they essentially told us how much I would actually be pre-approved for my current salary, it was much lower and I was very disappointed. But then I was like, you know what, we can do this. Like, there's definitely some properties in Vancouver that fit this budget, and it's better because we don't need that much space. And coming out of the last apartment that we lived in, it was just too much space. Obviously we were working from home and we still are, so it was important to have that much space. But I think I've just realized, like, I don't really enjoy working from home. I think as like content creators, that's like kind of like what you do. You just create your content at home, and especially through the pandemic, I think a lot of people were doing that. But I think after now, like Blue being as old as he is, he's like 16 months going on 17, I just need like work-life separation. It's really hard to work while Blue is awake. So right now he's napping, which is why I'm able to film this video. But when he's up, like, I'm hanging out with him all the time unless I have meetings or I have things that I have to do without him. But other than that, like, I'm hanging out with him all the time, which I love, and I don't want to change that. But it makes it really hard to work from home. So I think that like when we get back to Vancouver, I will probably have to get like a co-working space or something like that outside of our home, because even though I can just close the bedroom door and I can work in there, like, he can hear my voice like when I have meetings and stuff. And I realize I'm getting off topic because this has nothing to do with the house. Actually, kind of. I think that, like, obviously it's just a phase. Like, kids get attached to their parents like when there's a lot of change, which we just came here, we were moving out of our last place. Like, there's literally everything in his life has changed over the last couple months. So I get it. Like, I understand why he is really attached to me, but it's just hard. And so essentially, like, the apartment that we just bought has a fireplace, so I'm really excited, like, during the winter to like have the fireplace going. Obviously we need to make it child safe and everything, which is like a little bit stressful for me, but I'm really excited for just all the winter cozy time feels. Also, my lips are so chapped right now. Like, my lips have been so chapped. Let me just put on some lip serum. But anyways, we bought this place and I'm happy that we did it like way under our budget. Pretty much like at a very comfortable price for us. So then now we have money for renovations. So our apartment is being renovated We got the keys like last month, so they like started then. We're doing all of the floors. We're doing like a bunch of other stuff to it, and it's happening in 2 phases. So there will be a video. It's gonna be a sponsored video, and I'm so excited. Like, it's sponsored home appliances, which, you know, we love. We weren't originally planning to come to San Francisco at this time because we wanted to just do our renos in like 3 weeks, move our stuff in, like settle in, and then come down to see my parents so they can meet Blue for the first time, like closer to the end of the year. Like, I was thinking more like Christmas, but we just kind of started adding more and more stuff onto like what we wanted renovated. And so we were like, okay, maybe like the border like regulations and stuff change. So we're like, maybe we should just go down to San Francisco. So then now we're here for like 2 months. I'll be taking some meetings in LA, so we'll be bopping around a little bit. The reunion with, not even a reunion because they were meeting Blue for the first time, but like the union of like Blue and my parents meeting was just so sweet, and it just makes me so happy because it's people that I love like being together. And it took so long. Like, it's almost been, well, it's been 2 years since like the pandemic started, but it's been 1.5 years that they haven't met him. So he's like walking now, he can like kind of talk now. And it's just pretty crazy that like it took that long for them to meet him, but there's just so much love. And I asked my mom what it was like for her to meet like her first grandchild and like to have her baby have a baby, and she was like, it's not real, like he's like an actual angel. So it's just, I mean, that's how I feel. Traveling at this time was not as complicated as I thought it would be. Like, we just had to obviously go get like our negative test results and then present that like to the check-in. But other than that, pretty much everything else was the same in terms of air travel. We did attempt land travel like via car. That did not work. They basically were like, you're not gonna have any issues flying, so unfortunately we can't let you in via car, but you are more than welcome to fly. So the next day that night we booked the flight, and then the next day we came to San Francisco, and we only ended up being here like a couple hours later than we would have been here like if we had driven. Whenever I do my hair and makeup, I always feel like I should go out somewhere afterwards, but we're probably just gonna end up going to the park. So I hope all the park moms appreciate that I got all done up for them today. I swear, like, I still have mommy brain. Like, I am still so forgetful sometimes. What was I talking about? Oh, coming here. So yeah, the only other thing is that like when they were asking us questions, obviously they take a lot longer and they ask you more questions. But yeah, we really didn't have any issues, and I was nervous like flying with Blue just because he is a bit fussier right now because he's teething. Like, he doesn't have like, he has 8 teeth, so it's not the ones that are right next to the front 4. It's like, looks like it's a little bit further back, so I don't know if it's like his molar, which like is notoriously very bad, but he's teething right now and also going through like a very attached phase. So I was just very nervous, but he actually did really well on the plane. He did not sleep because Blue just doesn't really nap with us. I think he just really associates me and Dayon with play, that he can't fall asleep in my arms. It's like not a thing. I've literally tried to Google how to get your baby to fall asleep with you, and it's like not a thing that people experience issues with, because usually it's the other way around where it's like, how do I get my baby to sleep without me? So yeah, he didn't go to sleep at all, and he was kicking the person's chair in front of us, but there's genuinely nothing I could do about it, and I felt so bad. Like, we even asked the flight attendant like if there's any spare seats, like you can try and offer it to the person in front of us, because like Blue is just literally like flexing his legs and pushing the seat in front of us, and if I tried to get him to stop and like hold his legs, there's just not enough space, so it's like he is just kicking, and if I tried to hold it then he would start screaming. So then I was like, either everybody on this plane deals with the screaming baby, or like he kicks this person's chair. He does comprehend a lot of things. The first time that I really knew that he understood me was when he was standing there playing, and he was holding his water bottle, and he had his back turned to me, and I was like, Blue, like, do you want me to hold your water bottle for you so you can play? And he turned around and handed me his water bottle, and I was like, oh my god, like, it's crazy how much they understand before they themselves can really speak. And I think that's what creates a lot of tantrums, like when people say the terrible twos, which I feel like is kind of like what we're experiencing right now, even though he's not 2 yet. Like, he can understand me, but he can't really convey what it is that he wants and needs because he can't really speak yet. So it's definitely been a little bit of a challenge. We definitely deal with more tantrums now than ever before because, I mean, you guys have seen like all the videos of Blue, and I feel like the videos are very representative of like what he's actually like in real life. Like he's generally very happy, very like goes with the flow, and like just, yeah, just very, very happy. But I think because of the teething and because his new ability to comprehend but not necessarily communicate with words, it's definitely been a bit of a struggle. And then also, while I've been here, I had my 26th birthday. And this is the first year that I've actually feel disconnected to my age. I think that tends to happen when people enter like their late 20s, like I think especially when people turn 30. My birthday was last week and I'm definitely not sad about it. Like I like getting older. I like just kind of reaching new milestones, and I feel smarter than I was when I was 21. But I think like I asked my parents a while ago how they feel, like what age they feel in their heart, and they said I think like 24 or 25, which I think I agree with now. Like I think in my heart I feel like I'm 24, but I'm not. I'm getting older and I feel so much wiser, which is great. For my birthday, I'm like really low-key. I used to be the type where I'm like, I want a big ass party. I definitely feel like getting older, like I just have less and less friends, which is not a bad thing. Like I love it because maintaining relationships is really, really hard. And to be honest, I don't really do that much work to maintain them. I'm a very low maintenance person. Like if you don't text me, even if you don't wish me a happy birthday, I really won't hold it against you because I'm very busy, people are very busy, and I know that like when we're together like in the same city or like whatever, we'll hit each other up and we'll be hanging out like just like everything's the same. And I really love that. Like I love those type of friendships. So I'm very low maintenance and I just kind of expect the same. I've had friendships when I was younger that were a lot more high maintenance, and it just doesn't work for me. Like it just doesn't make sense because I can't maintain them and then I feel so bad. Oh, this is really pigmented. But then I just feel so bad because I'm like, I'm being such a bad friend and you don't deserve that because you don't want that. Like I've just had friends that wanted such different things from me, and friendships are like any relationship, like they take work to maintain. So if you have different needs than me, then I really just can't meet you there, and it makes everyone feel bad. I just love seeing my friends like accomplish their goals and go get what they want out of life, and I will just always be that friend that's like cheering for you and like so happy for you, and when you want to hang out, I am here. If we're busy, we're busy. So I feel like that's what like adult friendships are like now. I don't know. You can let me know if your adult friendships are different, but I'm very content. And I didn't expect to feel like I'm experiencing like a really big shift in my life. Like I've been doing content creation and like Instagram and YouTube for I think like 5 years now. I forget. Like 5 years now, and like I enjoy it. But obviously once it becomes like your job, it creates a very different relationship to it, and I feel like it's not challenging me anymore. I feel like I'm just like ready to experience the next phase of my career. For now, I am founder of a startup. You guys will hear more about it. I shared this on my IG live a little while ago, and I don't even know if I'm like supposed to share it or if I can, but it's very exciting, and it's just utilizing very different skills. And for the first time in my career, I'm not doing something that's like forward facing or like about my life, which I feel like I've been craving more and more privacy, which is just really interesting to say as someone that's created kind of like a whole career out of literally like sharing your life. I think that's why like I've been taking more time to focus on that. I haven't been creating as much, and I'm just waiting for myself to feel comfortable again. And even making this video now, like I am very like at peace and like happy with how this content is turning out. because it's been such a long time that I've been able to just catch you guys up. But I think that's a big reason why I didn't create content for a while, is just because I was like, I don't know if I can share this. I don't know, like, if I want to just focus on this, like, transitioning to this new chapter and then filling you guys in later. Oh, that's why I didn't bring my blush, is because I usually use just like my sparkly pink and my rosy pink together, like so. It's really pink, so you do like the lightest of dusting. Cute. Okay, I need a bit of a blending brush. This is a concealer brush, but that will do. I just need to kind of blend out this harsh line. I didn't realize how harsh it was until I looked at my mirror, because everything on this camera looks really bomb. Like, the lighting looks fantastic, but then when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, ooh. I will say microblading my brows is one of the best decisions that I've made for my face. It makes everything so much easier, because my brows were like this shape already, but they were really, really thin. So I would always have to fill them in, and it was just annoying. And now I feel like I just look done even when I'm not wearing makeup. So that is my full face and hair. So pretty much all of this to say, like, the last couple of months I just haven't been motivated to do the things that I normally do, especially on YouTube, and I think that's why I just didn't create videos. Like, for a long time I've been feeling a really big disconnect with fashion, and not that I don't enjoy it, but I really just don't prioritize it. Like, I don't love shopping as much as I used to, and I'm sure all these things are temporary, and it's just because I'm focusing on other things in my life. But it was a really hard thing for me to contend with, because fashion and beauty is like so much a part of my life and like my work, and so I just felt almost like I was letting people down if I didn't create the type of content that I'd always created in the past. And I was making a lot of vlogs, and I really enjoy it. But another thing is just, like, as Blue gets older, I want to be very conscious of like what I'm sharing about him online and how much I'm sharing of him. So he's still very, very young, and he doesn't really speak yet, so like you'll still see some content from him. But as he gets older, like, I definitely want to transition away from like sharing him on the internet. And so it's just been like really hard for me to like kind of figure out like what content I want to make. And then I think some people really enjoy Blue content, some people really don't care for it, and it's hard because for so long I've been vlogging my life, and my life is 24/7 Blue now. So I was just like, okay, like, what do I create? For a long time just didn't feel like myself, even though I'm very happy, I'm very content with like where I'm at. I'm very much enjoying like focusing on a career shift. I'm very much enjoying like spending time with Blue. So it definitely paid off, like, taking that time and energy, because I just feel so much more refreshed now. And I'm just gonna keep telling myself to create whatever it is that I want to create in like the time and energy that I have, and then it'll just create the best content for you guys. So just, I'm always going through transitions, and so it's hard to like update people like while it's happening. But I am just really excited about like this new phase of life, entering my 26 years of life. And just like, I always get like this at the end of the year, because I'm like thinking about what next year is gonna be like, and I'm very optimistic about the future. I'm very like excited for everything. If you want to check out the DYSON Supersonic, then you can click the link in the description below. It comes with the flyaway attachment along with the other 4 attachments, and it is such a game changer. So yeah, you can do that down below. Follow me on IG at your girl Neens, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.